If you like saying trouble, you fine. Okay, fine. You probably should get some. Hello and welcome to another episode of Gems in the Rough. Today we'll be looking at a certain group of people. They are the people from Ephraim. Ephraim is a tribe in Israel. Ephraim is a descendant of Joseph. Joseph had two children, twins, Ephraim and Manasseh, and Ephraim became a tribe on their own. Manasseh also became a tribe on his own, so the tribe of Ephraim. Yes, so I was reading Judges and I saw something interesting. I saw, okay, let me summarize it. So, very similar thing. Ephraimites, people from Ephraim, they did something very similar two times to two groups of people, or let me say to two people. They did the same thing or something very, very similar to two different people, and the reactions from these two people very different. The outcome to the people of Ephraim, very different. So let's just look at it. So it's in Judges. Judges chapter 8 from verses 1. It says, Now the men of Ephraim said to him, Why have you done this to us by not calling us when you went to fight with the Midianites? And they reprimanded him sharply. So this story is pretty long. It starts in the earlier chapters when Gideon, God calls Gideon, and then Gideon needs to fight. And then Gideon goes and Gideon calls other people to come and fight with him, to come and help him. A few people answered him, some people did not. The point is, the people of Ephraim didn't get involved. So now they know where Gideon is to come and meet him to say, you didn't call us when you wanted to go and fight. Meanwhile, Gideon calls a few people, some people answered him, some people did not, but he went, he fought, and he was successful. So God gave him victory, and then he came back. In fact, so the story is long, because some people even did dirty, and then they showed them pepper. But the point is that these Ephraim people, they didn't really know the so now they can look at Gideon and say, oh, you went to fight, you didn't call us. But before Gideon went to fight, they could not come to him and say, we would like to help you. They didn't, well, I shouldn't say could not. They didn't come to him to say, we would like to help you. So now he has gone, he has fought, God has given him victory, he's now victorious, he's a conqueror, he's come back home. Now they have come to say, you didn't call us when you went to fight. So they reminded him sharply. So this is Gideon's response. Gideon said to them, What have I done now in comparison with you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? God has delivered into your hands the princes of Midian, Oreb, and Zeb. And what was I able to do in comparison with you? Then their anger toward him subsided when he said that. So if you really followed me, you can see here that Gideon literally just tried to pacify them. It was just like, oh, like when they've harvested and then they have leftovers, that the leftover of their harvest is better than the best harvest that they can get in Gideon's own side. So literally he hyped them and kind of like brought himself down, quote and unquote. I was like, oh, then he was like, oh, they've even had other victories. Then he mentioned the names of other victories that they've had. What is the one he achieved in comparison with the one that they've achieved? So then they calmed down and everything was fine. Okay. So this is Gideon. They did this thing to another person. Judges chapter 12. Judges chapter 12 from verse 1. The person that he did it to, his name is Jephthah. So similarly, Jephthah had invited people, come help me fight. Some people answered Jephthah, some people did not. Jephthah went, Jephthah fought, Jephthah had victory, Jephthah came back. Now, Judges chapter 12 from verse 1. Then the men of Ephraim gathered together, crossed over towards Zaphon, and said to Jephthah, Why did you cross over to fight against the people of Ammon and did not call us to go with you? We will burn your house down on you with fire. So in the case of Jephthah, they not only asked him why he went to fight without them, they also told him that they would burn his house down. Now let's see how Jephthah responds. Similarly, okay, I already said it right, like before going, Jephthah called people, please come fight with me. Some people responded, some people did not. The people of Ephraim that know how to find Jephthah now to say you didn't call us. Before Jephthah went, they didn't come to say, we would like to come and fight with you. We want to give you support. We want to fight with you. Because, I mean, we know of it happening that, oh, somebody is going to battle. For example, David, he was going to battle, when Saul was still against him. And at some point, a lot of people came to him to say, we want to support you, we want to fight with you. So this thing can happen, but there's no record in the Bible that the Ephraimites, they came to say, we want to help you. But now, Jephthah has had victory. Now they came and said, why do you not call us to fight it? We'll burn down your house. So Jephthah responds to them. Jephthah said to them, my people and I were in a great struggle with the people of Ammon when I called you. You did not deliver me out of their hands. So when I saw that you would not deliver me, I took my life in my hands and crossed over against the people of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Why then have you come up to me this day to fight against me? Now Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought against Ephraim. And the men of Gilead defeated Ephraim, because they said, you Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the... Okay, long story. This did not end there. Verse 5. The Gileadites seized the fords of the Jordan before the Ephraimites arrived. And when any Ephraimite who escaped said, let me cross over, the men of Gilead would say to him, are you an Ephraimite? If he said no, they would say to him, then say Shibboleth. Then he would say Sibboleth, for he could not pronounce it right. Then they would take him and kill him at the fords of the Jordan. There fell at that time 42,000 Ephraimites. So we can see Jephthah's response. Jephthah just told them straight up that, say, I called. You people didn't answer. In his exact words, he said, my people and I were in a struggle with everyone, and when I called you, you did not deliver me out of their hands. So Jephthah's response here is that, oh, I actually did call you. You didn't help me. Now, I took my life in my hands. I went. God gave me victory. Now you're coming to do what? Jephthah didn't fall into the category of like Gideon that was like, oh, please, actually, what did I accomplish? Jephthah went to battle. And the end of this story is that 42,000 Ephraimites actually lost their life in this situation. So there is two sides to this. There is the side of the Ephraimites that are doing this stuff. Like, why are you doing this though? Like, how are you going to be forming friendship with somebody when they are successful? But you're not really forming friendship with them. You're forming friendship onto enmity. Because the idea of why did you call us is like saying that we could have helped you. So you're trying to form like, we're friends, we could have helped you. But you're not really forming this friendship. You're also forming it towards enmity. In that you want to come and have issues with them. You're not coming to be like smile and be like, why you don't call us now? Before help you and end it there. You're coming on the vibe of, why do you not call us? On to say you want to like have issues with them. So it's like you're trying to form friendship, but you're not truly, genuinely forming friendship. You're also like using that to form enmity. So it's like frenemy, friend enemy, friendship enemy, frenemy. So it's like they were forming frenemy. So what's the vibe of the Ephraimites? What's really the vibe of the Ephraimites? Like if you want to be friends, be friends. If you want to be enemies, I don't know what you're doing. But like if you just be honestly a friend and then just honestly help people. There's people like Ephraimites in this world today. Every Ephraimite out there, like, I don't know, what's that about? Now from the area of like Gideon and Jephthah, wow, two opposing responses to a similar issue. Because what really happened is very similar. Their people were in trouble. People were stressing them out. People were stealing from them. People like literally oppressing them. They needed help. They called for help to people. A lot of people didn't respond, but God helped them after God finished helping them. So it's like very similar situation, but the responses, I don't know. Are there times on this one, probably if you have insight, respond, are there times when we should have the Gideon vibe of puzzle piece and times when we should have the Jephthah vibe of we're going to war? Or as Christians, God asks us to follow peace with all men. So should we like at all times just try to follow peace with everybody regardless of the situation? Should we just always keep that Gideon vibe going, keeping peace, and not ever get to the point where we're teaching the Ephraimites? Because the Bible does not say they did that thing again. After the second time that Jephthah, 42,000 people died, it doesn't say in the Bible that they did it again. So now that's the end. So do we get to the point of, okay, if you listen that trouble, you're fine. Okay, fine. You probably should get some. So do we ever get to the point of like teaching them a lesson, or we just like follow peace continually with our men? So is there a time where we stand up against evil, stand up against wrongdoing, and be like, no, you can't continue with this. There should be consequences. Or should we just continue to follow peace and then just keep that Gideon vibe going? Just try to, keep peace and all of that. So yes, till I come your way again on another episode of Gems in the Rough. Take care and bye.